Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't already guessed, in today's video I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup look, which obviously is this. The time that I have taken to film this is a lot longer than what I actually take. I'm so used to doing this look now. I just grab products, grab brushes, whack it on my face and then I'm out the door. I hope you do like this makeup look. If you do, please keep watching. I hope you learn some tips and tricks along the way. I do look a little bit crazy at times, but hey ho. Enjoy the video everyone, and I'll catch you soon. Okay, so first things first, I have a freshly washed face, so I'm then going to go in with my toner. So I'm just going to take a little pad like this and just put some on. Now this toner, I think I picked this toner up for, I got this set, so I got the toner and the cleanser, which I'll be using after, for about £24. Now, that's a really good deal, I think. It's really good stuff as well. Also, it's for sensitive skin, so it's not going to harm your skin. And I think because, obviously, we're in isolation, I have been having a bit more cheat days, cheat meals. I've got some spots going on. I've got some spots, so usually when I use these products, they take all the spots away. And I'm going to go in with the cleanser next. I had really bad skin a couple of months ago. I developed eczema on my head here, but touch wood, it has gone. It has gone and my skin is pretty much the best it's been in a really, really long time. Watch. Next week, I'm just going to have a spot attack. Next step, I'm going to go in with the Origins Zing Ting. It is Energy Boosting Gel Moisturiser. Now, I have the 30ml pot, and this was around about £15. So if you want the large pot, it is pretty pricey. But it smells amazing. It smells like Jaffa Cakes. It actually smells like Jaffa Cakes. I'm just going to apply this evenly all over. You can't get much done with acrylics. I've discovered this. Since I've been in isolation, obviously all the nail places have closed down. Or temporarily closed down. So I've been trying to do my own acrylics. What do you think? They're not too bad. I mean, this finger, we don't talk about that finger. But other than that, I feel like it's gone alright. What I do next, I'm going to look absolutely nuts. And you know what it is? That's okay. Because this is actually how I do my makeup. So if you know us, if you've seen my photos or anything, I always like to have a very cut crease kind of line here on my eyes. And how I do that is trusty sellotape with a dispenser. Wow. This is actually how I apply eyeshadow every single time that I do it. I don't want to be lying and saying, yeah, I just put it on like, I can't do it at all. So what I do is I just take the sellotape and just apply it just under where the eyebrow finishes. So you've got it lined up as so, and then you want to do the other side. Obviously, be very careful with this step because you don't want to stick your eyelashes down, because that would cause major problems. And I don't want that for you, to be honest with you. That would be horrible. So the next step that I'm going to do is, I've got two of these that I like to go in with. These are just eye bases before you apply any eyeshadow. Today I'm only going to be using this one though, and this one is by P. Louise. I got this as a gift actually. I was never familiar with the brand or the product beforehand, but it's absolutely like one of the best products ever. So I just apply this much and I just dab it on both eyelids. And you just want to apply this all over to the brow bone. Just all over. It gives you really good coverage and it's a really good base for applying eyeshadow and making sure that it stays put. I think I might have applied a bit too much to this eye, but you know what? It's okay. We're going to work with it. It's cool. So as we've been in quarantine, I feel like I've mentioned that like 8 times already in this video. I'm so sorry. I've took up a new habit, a new love for cooking and cooking dishes and everything. And I feel like I should post videos and cooking tips, but I think I'm Gordon Ramsay in my head, you know, and it just doesn't work. What have you been up to during lockdown? I want to know some exciting stories, so feel free to write down in the comments what you've been up to. So to finish my everyday eye look off, I go in with this really cute Too Faced eyeshadow palette. It's off the it's a Christmas collection. It was like a gingerbread house, and it came with a matching roof and the house, and this was like the front door, and it was magnetic. I don't actually have all of the pieces out, otherwise I would show you, but in another video I will show you. But this is what the palette looks like. It is so gorgeous. It's one of my favourite palettes of all time, and these stick on really well. We're not going to go in with glitter today though. So I'm going to take the shade On a Roll first. So this is just this light nude kind of colour. And I'm going to go in with just a fluffy brush. And just apply. Dip your brush in, tap the excess off. And you're just going to want to rub this colour into where your crease is. Now it is quite a build up colour. How I like to wear it, I do build it up. And I'm just going to go in with this eye again. Now what I like to do is, I then like to take the shade On a Roll, which is the one we've just used, and apply it all over the lid after you've done the crease. I like to have this colour on the base, as it's a really natural looking colour. I just think it's a shade that would suit everybody's eyeshadow colour. What I then go in with is the shade Can't Catch Me, which is like just a brown, just a matte brown. And then take a little bit on the same brush. Just apply a little bit in the corner and just blend it throughout. And make sure you blend that into your crease. Now these two colours are really good transition colours with each other. They're beautiful colours actually. And the reason why I'm only using the one brush is because if I'm going on a night out and I do full glam, I have literally every kind of brush out. But when it's my everyday makeup look, if I'm in a rush for going to work or I'm meeting a friend and I've overslept or whatever, I just tend to grab the same stuff. And I always have a makeup wipe on standby. I use Simple. I always have these on standby. I can quickly dip the brush on, rub it, make sure it's dry, and then go in with it. And then after I've done that, I just go back in with On a Roll shade and just make sure that the dark out shade hasn't overtook too much of the light one. Make sure that it has all blended out. So my everyday eye look only consists of two eyeshadow colours, and once we've done that, you're done. So you just peel the tape off. Now, when I've put tape on, you're probably thinking, oh my god, that's going to hurt so bad. Because I've put the toner and the cleanser on, and the moisturiser, it just peels off painlessly. So I feel like that's a good tip. That's a really good tip if you want that kind of, that straight eye look, because I could not achieve that any other way. The next step I'm going to do is go in with the Professional by Benefit. Oh, this is an absolutely amazing face primer. This is the only face primer I've used actually since I started getting into makeup, and ooh, that would have been around about the age of 14, 15. I was kind of late getting, you know, interested in makeup. All I liked doing was playing with Bratz dolls. And I had a lot of Bratz dolls. I think I had about 121, but that's not important right now. So my everyday foundation that I go in with is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. And so my everyday foundation that I always use is the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. And I use the shade 2C2, which is Pale Almond. Now this is more of like a medium tan shade. Obviously I'm the littlest bit of tan, I would say. I do also use the Clinique, and I use the shade WN01. So that's kind of when I'm not tanned and it is an everyday look. I pop this one on. When I'm tanned, I pop this one on. But today I'm kind of in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the two. So I'm just going to take a damp beauty blender, pour a little bit of this one on, and put 2 pumps of the Estee Lauder one on. Is that a lot of foundation? Is that too much foundation? I really don't know. Who knows? But what I like to do is I just like to pat my foundation all over my face. Just like so. And when it gets to the top, just pat it away. Sometimes, even though I think that's a lot of foundation, I do run out of it quite a bit. Like on my face I have to apply more. I feel like it is quite a lot of foundation, to be fair. Also a good tip for when you're applying foundation is make sure that I always have my hair out of my face when I do my makeup just because my hair is so long and I get it covered. I just like to make sure that the foundation is blended on my ears, down to my neck, because there's nothing worse when you're out and you see a colour difference in someone's makeup where they haven't matched the face to the neck. It doesn't look nice. It doesn't really look appealing. I'm going to put some more foundation on. I'm going to apply some more to my head. And again, I just took 2 pumps for that. With my hairline, so I always put my hand up here and just try and blend the foundation as close to my hairline as I can. I wouldn't recommend you take it all and rub it in your hairline because that won't look good either. But you just want to make sure that it's all blended in little areas like this, because that's where it makes a difference. I'm just going to sweep this under the eyes again. Also, if you have done the tape look and you're sweeping your beauty blender under or going anywhere near your eyes, what I would recommend is just try and, as you do it, pull away from it. Pull away from the line as you go closer, as there's been many times where I've wiped the line off or I've spread the line up my face. Just be really careful when you're doing that. So the next step is concealer. And then I'm going in with the Make Rimmel London. It is the Lasting Radiance one in the shade Classic Beige. I've just started to use this concealer, to be honest with you. I really like it. It's really affordable. I think I just picked this up at Superdrug actually. It's a gorgeous shade though. Oops. I always think I look super crazy when I first apply concealer. I like to also place concealer under my eyes, along the bridge of the nose, and a little bit on the forehead up here. I'm going to try and smooth this out a little bit more. I normally do Anita, but today obviously Anita is not an option. I'm also applying a little bit above my Cupid spot and some on my chin, just like that. Now, I actually don't bake. I'm not a fan of the makeup technique of baking. For some reason, whenever I go to bake under my eyes, it always sticks to the concealer and I can never blend it in properly. I'll probably have to watch more tutorials on that, and I'll probably do a video on how to bake. I just feel like that would be a good video for me to do. And you know, a good technique to learn. I just like to take my beauty blender and dab it in and then swip it to the other side and just tap that in. I do use a translucent powder after I do this step, which is basically baking. But you know, that is how I learned to do makeup, and I've always kind of just stuck with the same techniques, just always changed different products. So after I have done foundation and concealer and they're all blended and it's looking cute, I then go in with my Revolution, I was going to call it Revlon now, Bake and Finish. Now this is just translucent powder and I take it on an angled brush. Just dab it on, and just go in under the eyes first off and make sure that that's all covered, and then I like to spread it down my face. Now the reason why I'm applying this powder all over my face is because you want to make sure that you have a good coverage for the foundation, and that you put a good powder on so it keeps the foundation and concealer in place. That's a really important tip. And I just like to place it down my nose. I like to put it all over my face. And you can really feel the difference when you apply powder. When you have like liquid products on your face, you can just really feel the difference. There we go. The next step that I like to go in with is bronzing my face. Now, the bronzer that I have used for years and that I'll probably forever use because I haven't changed the game is the I'm gonna join Hugh Jackman on The Greatest Showman tour. I go in with the Hoola Benefit bronzer. Now, this is just the average size one. Comes with a cute little mirror inside. I did have the brush somewhere. Oh, here it is. So it does come with a little brush, which is super cute. So you just rub the brush in. And I can't really talk during the next step. I like to just suck my cheeks in so you can see where the natural line would be. And then that's where you want to apply the bronzer. Just like this, so I will show you. So as you can see that I did apply bronzer to my forehead, the cheeks, and just a little bit under my lip. The next part, what I like to do is my nose. So what I like to do with this is I have two contour brushes. Now you can use any type of brush to be honest, but I like using the flat-headed ones as it's easier to contour your nose, it's easier to, you know, make the straight lines. But I like to go in with the gold one first. I normally take the other brush for the sides of my cheeks, but I just wanted to show you how the brush that comes with the product, how you can apply it. So you just want to gently rub it down so you've got a line just like that on either side. Now it's up to you how far you want to do the line. I always do my line just along here. Some people like to do it more narrow, some people like to take actually an eyeshadow brush and make it a narrower line to make your nose look thinner. I'm quite pleased with my nose, so I just tend to, you know, just kind of stick with this kind of line. Now I then go in with this brush. What I like to do is just go over that line. It is sort of blending it already, but it's also, I like to drag it up to the start of my nose so it blends in more with the eyebrows and it makes it a more natural looking face. I then like to take this, it's just called an expert face brush. I use Real Techniques brushes, but a lot of them don't actually have numbers on, so I can't really tell you what type of brush it is. It's just normally I get big sets for Christmas and this is what it is. So I like to take this brush, and this is the best blending brush that I have. So you just want to make sure that you're taking this brush and you're just blending it all out, nice and gentle. So every tip that I'm talking about here I've learned off YouTube, and that's how I first started learning how to do makeup and took an interest in it. Like I said earlier on in the video, I was pretty late to the game when I was getting involved in makeup. Like, I remember being at school and I had friends that would go shopping, and I'd still be into, you know, like toys, and I'd still be into like just little kid stuff still, where the girls that I was friends with, they would be already into makeup, and sometimes that would be really hard for me because I just wouldn't have any interest in it. But you know, you get into it when you get into it. For this step, I'm just taking this flat angled brush and just blending it all together. You're going to want to make sure that you blend the cheek part with the part that is going into your forehead area. And you're going to want to make sure that when you are blending the forehead area, you're going to want to make sure it's all blended in the hairline again. So to do this, I would suggest you do like circular motions, just like this. And obviously you can see my baby hairs are on show. Just either do circular motions to blend it in towards the hairline, or just sweep the product over, just like that. And then again, you're going to want to do the same for the cheeks as well. That's a good point to make. If you just pull your ear up a little bit, circular motions. There you go. And that is how I bronze my face. You can see the difference, but it looks quite natural as well. And I think that is to do with the way that I blend it out, but also the product that I use as well. I feel like you've got to get a bronzer that's not too out of your skin tone range, because it does look really obvious, and that's why makeup tends to not look that good if it's not that natural looking. So just be aware of that, I would say. And the next step that I like to go in with is blush. So you can see all the sellotape of past eyeshadow looks that I've used. And I go in with the Cheek Parade palette, and this is by Benefit as well. Now you can see your girls had this palette for quite some time. It lasts a really long time. It also came with a brush, I believe. But I am going with the shade Rachael, I believe it's pronounced. It's like a shimmery pink shade. And I am going in with this blush brush. It was by Ted Baker. It's a beautiful brush. I've had it for years. I find when you've been doing makeup for years, you have trusty products, like trusty brushes, like, oh, trusty bronzers. Like, you just learn what you like and what you don't like. So I'm going to be applying 2 different shades of blush. So I'm going to go in with the Rachael and just apply that to the apples of my cheeks. I'm going to go and do the other side. And once I've applied that, I then like to go in with the shade Dandelion, which is this pale pink shade. Go in with the same brush and just apply this here. Now the best result to apply brush, I feel like, is by smiling at yourself in the mirror. And this area here, just place that on here. But also make sure that it's blended. I always feel like if you go in with a pale pink blush, it's a very youthful look. And it's very not over the top. I just think it's a really beautiful look. The last step of bronzing and brush what I like to combine is this. It's not a palette. I don't know what to call it. It was from Ted Baker and it actually came with this brush. And it is a blush and bronzer. Again, I've had it for quite some time and I really enjoy it. I don't think you can get it now. I got it in a Christmas set, I believe. And you just want to go down where you applied the bronzer. A little bit of this product goes a really long way. So just be really careful of how much you apply. You want to apply that to the cheeks, the head, and I like to just place a little bit under the lip. As just like that, as of so. There we go. So the next step that I like to do is, because we're in quarantine, I don't have the brow products that I used to use. I used to use a little Too Faced brow palette, but because I don't have that, I'm having to use the Too Faced Natural Matte. It is an eyeshadow palette. And I like to go in with the shade Sexpresso, which is the top one. As you can see, it's very worn down. I like to just go in with this shade on a brush that has a spoolie and a flat angle brush. Now, before I do brows, I like to just brush them up. My brows are not in the best of shapes, so please excuse. And what I like to do for this step is to just draw a line that arches out the bottom of your eyebrow, and do the same again on this eye, just like that. I then like to draw the line at the top of the brow, just like that, and make sure that the top line meets the bottom, so it's kind of a tail. And then do the same on this eye. And then what I like to do is then just fill the brow in with the eyeshadow. Now, I don't really know many people that go in with brows with eyeshadow. I feel like it's a really controversial thing. I do like to go in with brow products though. And to then finish the ends of the brows, I like to just take the flat angle brush and just use the leftover product, so you're not going to be applying more and it's going to look odd. This is the worst brow because this one needs doing, because it is a little bit brushy on the top, I'm not going to lie. So I am going to go in with a little bit more of that product and just do that again. Now, to finish the brows off, I like to go in with the 24 Brow Setter by Benefit. Oops. Now this is this product, you just unscrew it. It's basically just brown mascara. And I like to apply that on both brows. This just keeps the product in place and the brows in a good shape. And it always feels a bit cool and wet at first, but once it dries, it is a great product. I would highly recommend using the Benefit Brow stuff as well. Now for lips, I like to go in with a lip liner first. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York lip liner in the shade Icy Beige. So it's just like a nudie brown. And I like just, when you pull the tip out, just take a little bit. Don't unwind too much, because if you put too much pressure on your actual lip when you apply it, it will snap. It'll be a nightmare to use, and it's just a waste of product. So I like to overline my bottom lip. So what I do is, if you just bite down on your lip and just outline your lip there, that gives it, when you bite down on your lip, that gives it the space to get in there underneath and make sure that it is blending with the top half of your lip here. I don't know if I'm making sense when I'm saying that, but I will show you how I do it. Now once you have applied the lip liner, you then want to go in with whatever kind of shade of lipstick that you want. So my everyday look would be a nude shade. Now I use this lipstick every day without fail. I have it as a big version, which is this one, and a mini one. I tend to use the mini one when I use outfits, I have a ton of different bags and I never know which lipstick's in which bag. But if I've got a mini one and a full size one, it'll always be in one of those bags. So I go in with the shade Velvet Teddy. I know a lot of girls love this shade, so you'll know what I'm talking about. So then I just like to apply the shade as of so. So you just want to make sure if you do overline your lip like I have, that you are taking the lipstick down to where that extra line is and just blending it, so it all looks nicely blended. And the final step of my everyday makeup look would be to go in with some mascara. Now I have been pretty much blessed with long eyelashes naturally. I don't know why or how, but thank God that I have. So I don't use false eyelashes ever. I think I've only used them twice, and that would be for Halloween when they're crazy. So I like to go with the Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara. It just looks like this, and this is what the one looks like. And I just like to apply the mascara. Now the thing that I like about this everyday makeup look that I have is because it is a look that you can wear for every day, but you can also wear it, you know, out on a night time. Like, you don't know if you wake up in the morning and you go to work, someone might ask you for a drink or ask you to go for a meal after. You can definitely wear it out. You can glam it up a little bit. I think it's a really nice makeup look, if I'm saying so. Otherwise I wouldn't be wearing it. The next thing that I want to do is, just to finish the look off, I want to go in with the MAC lip gloss. Just some lip gloss. It's a beautiful shade. It's so sparkly, and it is in the shade Among the Stars, which is a really cute name for a lip product. And I'm just going to want to apply it a little bit. Just like that. I think it really finishes the look off. Now the final step of this makeup look is to just apply some setting spray. I like to go in with a Glam Glow setting spray. That's just in a little bottle just like this. Give it a bit of a shake beforehand and just apply it evenly all over your face. Give it a couple of seconds to dry. That setting spray smells gorgeous every time I spray it. It's kind of like got kind of like a candy spray. Now, I don't tend to like to wear my hair up, so when I go out I tend to have my hair down all the time. So before this video I did curl my hair, so you know it will look decent. And I did use my Molly Makeup kit to curl my hair, so because I've had it up I just want to play around with it. It's got a bit crazy in the front, but you know what, we're gonna work with it. I might just tuck it behind my ears. There we go. So that is my everyday makeup look. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for making it this far to the video. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Let me know what kind of makeup looks you want next. I'm up for doing colourful ones that I haven't done, recreating looks. Just get in touch. I'd really like to hear from you. Thank you so much again, and I hope you have a great week. Bye!